What even is a monologue? Is it a stream of consciousness? Is it the perseveration that goes on while you're trying to fall asleep? Is it what you rant to your best friend when you're relaxing on the couch and they ask about your day? Maybe that's why I don't know what a monologue is. I have no friends. Everyone always talks about how medical school is hard, how any type or level of school is hard, and how they couldn't have done it without their friends. It's what they caption the group picture with at graduation. You know, the one where the friend group poses with their arms around each other. I know this because I'm always free to take the picture. Oh yeah, I can absolutely take that picture for you. I'll do some from this angle first, but then I can move over there. You guys look great. No one needs me in their picture. I don't have a friend group to toss my mortarboard hat into the air with. No one couldn't have done it without me. Imagine how hard it is without friends. You know that heavy sigh you do when you check the roster for a class's small discussion group and see that none of your friends are in it? Alternatively, that pang of positive feelings when you see you're paired with one of your friends. I never get that, but I do hear/see it on your faces when you line up at and crowd the single taped up sheet of paper that always conveniently squeezes 140 names in size 12 font. There is no unspoken understanding that this seat is saved for me, or that I should save that seat for someone. Every mandatory lecture or session I walk into, I don't scan the room looking for eyes trying to grab my attention. I sit at the end of the aisle, or closest to the door, so that I don't bother anyone if I get up and leave. The worst is in the lecture halls when the class is starting and there are 2 empty seats on either side of me. It's like I smell bad or am contagious. But come on, we're gonna be doctors. We know that being a loser isn't contagious, right? It sure as hell doesn't say so in first aid. So why do I have no friends? Surely there must be something fundamentally wrong with me, right? I mean, yeah, I have your handful of garden variety mental illnesses. Depression, social anxiety, ADHD with notably poor impulse control. But those are the empowering conditions that are in to talk about, right? The ones where you get extra compassion points for hanging out with people who have them. And so, in all my free time that others would spend hanging out with friends, I pondered. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Did years of loneliness and failure to fit in lead to the depression and social anxiety? Or do people not really like me because I'm depressed and socially anxious? I don't know. I didn't come to med school to do math. So is it my fault I have no friends? Probably. It's not like I haven't tried. God, I was so excited to come to medical school and to find my people. I never quite found them in college, so surely they were waiting for me in med school. And so I acted friendly and approachable, or so I thought. I went to events, I got involved, but nothing or no one really stuck. I guess I was absent the day that everyone exchanged numbers and broke off into groups. Oh well. And if you didn't think this was sad enough already, well, here's where it gets really pathetic. Hell, it's hard to type, and I feel even worse for the performer who has to say it. You can bang your head against the fourth wall if it helps. Well, in my warped, impulsive mind, I thought that people around me were nicer and laughed more when I drank. And having a grasp on basic science, I thought that the amount people would want to be around me was directly proportional with the amount I'd drink. Ergo, I drank a lot. And being garbage at math, I was very wrong. I proved to people that I was most definitely not someone they'd want to be around. And if they really had thought that, they absolutely would have been correct. I was horrible and unpleasant. And I'm sorry to everyone negatively affected by that, even if in the slightest way. I truly am sorry for that. I cannot blame anyone for not wanting to be my friend. Sure, people will say hi to me in the halls and ask what academic stuff I'm up to and how I'm doing. We're all very professional here, so there's no lack of surface pleasantries. But no one texts me when they had a good day. I have no one to explore the city with. No one invites me to hang out. I have no one to text and offer food to when I've made too many pancakes. I stopped going to events because I am mortified of going alone. I have lots of pleasant acquaintances, over 140 even. But a friend? Not one. It's very embarrassing to have no friends. 0 out of 10 people recommend it. Everyone just assumes you have friends because everyone has friends, right? What kind of person is 25 years old and doesn't have friends? Not someone I want to be around, is what any normal person would think. I've gotten a lot of practice at coming up with believable / socially acceptable answers to, why don't you live with anyone in your class? Why don't you just move in with one of your friends? Even though, in my head, I always answer, man, I would if I could. Okay, why did I log into this dumbass live stream to listen to a long-ass monologue about some anonymous loser whose only a friend appears to be a keyboard? Also, they could have dictionary.com'd monologue to get a definition. This is why we need more mandatory arts classes for science majors. I hear that. But here's something that you can take home, just so you don't feel like this was a waste of time. The take home, keep it up with the pleasantries to people you don't normally talk to or associate with. Sure, it may be awkward, but think of it as practicing for small talk with future patients. Step 2, CS prep or whatever. For those of you in the audience ankiing, sorry for making you look up. Continue. Maybe once, just reach out to someone out of the blue, or give someone a chance, even if they don't deserve it. You don't owe them anything, but it's just something to do if you feel like it. Worst case scenario, it's something funny to bring up next time you're out with friends. Medical school is a lonely place. Hopefully not for you, but for me. But hey, so is the place before it. And the place before that too. So how long will I have to wait before I find a friend? Before I find where I belong? I guess I can get through it if I tell myself that someday I'll find where I belong. I guess I can lie to myself for a few more years. I don't really have a choice.